Guys, it's Yishan here. Today I am with Colby and my good friend, and while this may look like a normal Tri-Brigade deck that you're seeing on screen, it is not. I will let Colby describe to you his deck and also what tournament you topped. I've heard there's like this pack Nim Nim sort of tournament going on. You got what place did you finish in this tournament?
I finished top 8.
Top 8, okay. And this was what's the name of the tournament? Just to shout out our tournament organizers here.
It was the first or last gaming tournament hosted by Anthony Vang of First or Last, featuring and also co-hosted with Nim Nim and Pack.
Right, this was in Sacramento, right?
Yes, this was in Sacramento over
Do
the
you remember how
weekend.
many players there were?
It was 143 players.
143 players. Okay, and what did you play? This spiciness that got you top 8.
I played Tri-Brigade DPE with a Dogmatika package.
No, yeah, this is really interesting because I think Tri-Brigade DP is, I wouldn't say it's a pretty standard deck, but the Dogmatika package I don't think sees very much play at all. So I'm definitely interested to see how it works. So if you want to just take us away, I'll try to ask some good questions for our viewers at home because I am very curious as well about how this deck works. But
Sure,
yeah,
let's
let's
get
take a
right
look.
into the profile. Alright, for Tri-Brigade, played pretty standard engine, 3 Fractal, 3 Nerval, 3 Kit, 2 Karis, and 3 Rescue Cat.
Okay, yeah, this is pretty
So pretty
standard.
standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing surprising about there. Moving on to the hand traps, I played 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 1 Crow, 3 Imperm. With the Dogmatika line, the 1 Crow is searchable usually.
I see, I
So,
see. With the
and then these are just like standard hand traps, like what do you expect?
Yeah, so Colby, I have a question for you, just as a general state of the game question, because I think you're a pretty good player. I think maybe a lot of viewers might remember that when the format started out, there was a lot more like hand trapless decks with like everyone was like, droplets, dark ruler, imperm, chalice, right? Whereas
hmm
now I feel like a lot of people are starting to switch back to hand traps. Why do you have any theories on why that is? Because I don't feel like the decks have changed that much. Are hand traps just better than previous? Um, do you have any thoughts on that? Because I've definitely been noticing that as a trend in the meta.
The meta right now is interesting. A lot of decks you either hand trap it once and they keep going, so that's why people want to break the board. The other times is if some hands just like lose to 1 or 2 hand traps and like they lose zero, they lose all their follow up. So it's a coin flip really of like, do you want to break the board and hope they don't have follow up, or you just hand trap it immediately and they don't have follow up?
I see. I see. Okay. Okay. Yeah, it's good to.
Because
Yeah.
like some boards are unbreakable if you just let them go through. If you look at the Literalist Tri-Brigade board sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like 4 bounces, monster negate, omni negate, and a spell trap negate with O setup. Like sometimes, and like they could have Ash and Perm already in hand still. Like that, most of the time that's unbreakable.
So, what did you think about Nibiru, by the way? Because I definitely think Nibiru is very good right now. Obviously, I've
Oh,
seen a lot more
Nibiru.
of the main.
Nibiru was the MVP, of course, this weekend. Um, it's Thoughtful Tennies, if they start with Modi, then the Baron's the 6 summon, so you always Nibiru to them.
Yep.
For birds, you kind of just need to stop the F0 sometimes, and then like they just make a Apex in Ensemble Pass, which is fine. Funny enough, the beer is a combo piece in this deck, going second.
And why do you say that?
Because so some problem with pure tri brigade is sometimes you just go normal summon kit or normal link into Almirage,
Uh huh.
do your searching and then pass.
hmm
Then the Nibiru lets you go normal summon kit or normal link in the Verte.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice. Yeah. So I think I'm high on Nibiru as well. This deck looking good already. It looks very solid. All right. Let's take a look. I
Yeah.
see the next card here. To no surprise
Yep.
to anyone.
Yep. We have Fusion Destiny package playing the Dasher in Celestial.
Yep. Yep.
No surprise, Dasher gives you sometimes on the follow the extra extender you need because Tri-Brigade struggles to extend sometimes.
Yep.
So like you add like a kit off the Revolt earlier, and then you draw a Fractal per turn,
hmm
and then like later you still in that turn you still have Karis, so that's 3 Tri-Brigade names that then deal with that entire turn.
hmm
And now we get to the Dogmatika package. It is just 3 Nadir, 1 Maximus.
Yeah, so tell me the theory behind this, because I sort of understand, but also I sort of don't. So I imagine a lot of listeners at home feel the same exact way. Just like I understand what's going on, but also not really at the same time.
All right. So I've seen your profile before where it was the DPE Tri-Brigade where you summon Bear Brum and then you pop it with the DPE.
Hmm. Hmm.
But that line like hard loosened the beer and like the beer like is getting more popular because if they
Hmm.
just change the beer to the DP effect, then you just lost your DP permanently at that point.
Hmm.
Whereas so this Dogmatika package, you don't have to go through that Bear Brum line. You can just make DP like force summon, and then if you activate the Deer Servant, you can dump Bear Brum, add Maximus, and then you can put back the Maximus to the bottom to add the Revolt. So this is the Deer Servant is essentially searching Revolt.
I see. So is that a line that you went through a lot?
Yes, there was a lot of lines where I literally just went um DPE. No, so it was a point where like I had the Farrajet, Ancient Warrior, and like the Tri-Brigade board. I was about to make Verte, and they would Nibiru me. So
Mhm.
after I get Nibiru'd, this is just follow up because this adds me revolt after I get Nibiru'd, so I still have an interruption.
I see. Very interesting. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, the amount of people that they Nibiru'd me and I just activated their servant and their eyes will open was like too many because no one expected it.
Yeah, this is definitely unexpected. That's for sure.
Because like it's a big token or like a semi-sizable token. Like it's like 1,600 defense, but like high attack, and then like it's still like a bot you have to deal with,
Mhm.
as well as this actually helps to clear the Nibiru token as well because we're playing Intis in the extra deck.
Mhm. 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 Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
Uh, Even then you don't have to dump Bearborn off this because you can dump Intis and then if you have and then you're probably gonna have a extra deck in the graveyard, so you banish for Maximus and you dump Bearbrum Shrig.
Right. Right. Yeah, that sounds good as well. If you have the like the
Yeah,
material to do that.
I'll show off like the line later.
Okay. Yeah, it's really
Yeah.
interesting. I'm gonna have to try this out, but this is pretty cool.
All right, and then we play Callby, Tanky, pretty obvious.
Mhm.
And 3 droplet because we have a lot of free cards with Kit, Nerval, and Tenki.
Mhm.
And then even then like going like Imperm Chain Droplet, like that's a lot that's free interruption as well.
Yeah, how'd you feel about Droplet? Because I've seen some people not like it in this deck, and some because like obviously you can't discard the Fusion Destiny bricks. But
Yes.
how are you feeling about like how did this card perform for you?
No, this card's I didn't I saw it like a decent amount of times. I saw like about a third of my games and like it was fine. Like it's suitable.
It's suitable. You think like if
Yeah.
you were like a budget player, like Chalice would be fine as well, or what
Yeah,
would you
Chalice
put?
is fine.
Okay.
The only problem was I was expecting a lot more. I was expecting to play a lot more Lyreless Tri-Brigade,
Uh
which
huh.
is why I
I see.
played the Droplet.
Yeah.
Because Subord prevents targeting.
Yeah. 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 So just not. Yeah. Chalice is pretty not very good in
Yeah,
that matchup. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
Interesting.
And then Trap Cards, of course, we play the Tri-Brigade Special and 2 Revolt.
Hmm. Yeah. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah. So pretty standard main deck, honestly. Ignore besides the Dogmatika package.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So okay. I mean, I'm a fan. I definitely want to try this out. Yeah. Let's take a look at the extra deck.
All right, extra deck is actually pretty standard. With the 1 Almirage, 1 Ancient Warrior, 2 Jet, 1 Bearbrum, 1 Brugal, 1 Doom Eagle, 1 Appaloosa, 1 Access Code. We're maxing out on Shrig because we're gonna try to dump one usually.
Hmm. Hmm.
So like we want the extra Shrig for later turns. Uh, Verte DPE and the 1 Intis.
Okay. Was there ever like a point where you wanted to dump something else off, like a Maximus or into your servant? Like maybe like I was thinking like Omega for an enemy DPE or like anything like that, because that sometimes like I was wondering if you get some more value off your.
Mm, Yeah, the only problem is I couldn't find room for an Omega, and Intis was more suitable to like just help
Right.
break boards. Because the whole plan of this deck is like you bait out all the hand traps with the Tri Brigades or all the interruptions with the Tri Brigades, and then you just Fusion Destiny Nadir Servant them.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm trying to like wonder is like, I mean, obviously like Shireg is like the only card I could see maybe cutting, but also I
Yeah,
get your
right.
point, which is like you send it a lot just for fun, like not for fun, but like you know what I mean, like to search stuff. Um,
Yeah.
so that's really interesting. Um, but yeah, this looks really. I like the idea. The Deer Servant is like one of the most powerful cards in the game, and same with Fusion Destiny. And just
Hmm.
having them in your deck and baiting out all those hand traps makes a lot of sense to me. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, where'd you get? Did you come up with this idea? Like, where'd you get this idea? I've seen people go with like
Um,
Dogmatika Tri-Brigade in the past, but this seems like a very, very like you've cut all the fat. Like there's no like punishment, no ecclesia. Like it's just Nadir Servant and the best card to go with it, basically.
yeah. I actually saw this list in one of shout out to Xu Ping, by the way. I saw one of his meta reports, and it was like I think it was like a 5-1-1 record of uh Dogmatica DB Tri-Brigade. I
Hmm.
saw the list. I'm like, this looks interesting. Like it looks solid. Like the theory behind it makes sense and all that. Like yeah, it works.
Huh. No, because it makes a
And
lot of
then
sense. Yeah.
like funny like before this before I was just playing the Tri-Brigade DP no Dogmatica engine.
Hmm.
Like I won locals once, and then I got first place at one of my regional a remote regional with it, and then like I saw the list and then tried to test it out for locals, won locals again with that, and I was like, yeah, I'll just commit to this.
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, this is just a couple of cards away from me. I can just try this out now. How many cards in your main deck, by the way? Is it
41.
41? Okay, okay, 41. The classic. Okay. All right, let's good. Let's take a look at the side deck then.
All right, put this back all together. Oh, real quick, shout out. I'll go. I'm gonna go over this later in my meta report, but I lost one round. Lost rounds 1 and 3.
Hmm.
I finally picked up Starlight Farragut. I didn't lose after that.
Hey, you know what they say? Money talks. Money talks. You play better with high rarity. Okay, okay.
It was weird. All right, side deck. 3 Joel Lockburn, no surprise, I think,
Hmm.
to anyone. 2 Token Collector for Sword Soul.
Interesting. Why
Here's
did you?
the.
Oh,
Hmm?
sorry. Well, I didn't mean to cut you off there, but like token collector. I mean, obviously it's good against Sword Soul. Why did you feel like you needed it over something more generic? I guess. Did you think there was gonna be a lot of Sword Soul? Like, what was the theory behind that?
Yeah, Sword Soul was really popular even in remote duel. If we actually looked at the amount of players playing Sword Soul at the event that day, let me think. Top 16 had 7 Sword Soul players.
Wow. Okay, that's a
That's
lot.
about 50%. So like I don't think a total of 50% players were playing Sword Soul, but definitely like top tables were Sword Soul.
Okay. Okay.
Like this,
Interesting.
like Sword Soul was the expected threat of like the tournament, like or just the meta throughout right now, and
Hmm.
like yeah, this was solid.
Hmm.
Funny enough, this is also a combo. This is also a combo piece. If you token collector them, you can normal summon Kit, make Verte,
Exactly. Exactly.
and then they still have to deal with the token collector the next turns
Okay. Okay.
because it triggers in graveyard.
I like it. I like it.
All right, here's a little bit of spice. 2 Alpha.
Yeah. So, what's the theory behind this here?
This was also to beat Sword Soul. So, but the theory is where Sword Soul sometimes just makes the board of Chi Zhao, Baron set 1. This outs both the Chi Zhao and the Blackout
Hmm. I see. Because you.
because you just beat over the Chi Zhao and then now they don't have a worm to for the Blackout.
I see. I see. Interesting.
And
Okay.
then even then, this is still a beast,
Hmm. Hmm.
so it works with your deck.
Hmm. Hmm.
Even that, I think Tuesday at my locals, a hand trap birds to death, and he made a 3 mat ensemble. I just special this.
Yeah. They can bounce it, but you can just special it again.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah. 2 lightning storm, 1 Raigeki.
Yeah. So, what's the deal with the
I
Raigeki?
never drew these lightning storms.
Okay. Okay. Now, did you prefer it over Twin? And then what's the deal with Raigeki? Because this is very interesting to me.
Uh, Raigeki's a little bit weird. It it trades 1 for 1 with most decks. Even otherwise, like kind of like the mid range decks with like uh just like any other rogue, it kind of just blows them out most of the time.
Okay. Okay.
Like I just did I couldn't think of anything else. Like this felt solid enough.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, just never drew lightning storm unfortunately. 2 anti spell, never drew it. 3 evenly. I drew it once. I traded for 1 back row.
I see. Yeah. What do you like? Because sometimes I'm worried about evenly because I feel like I might get Lanciad a lot.
Yeah.
Which then obviously evenly is just like, ugh. But what made you decide to play it? Would you swap it out for something in the future? Because you sounded like you weren't
Uh,
the most happy with it. Like
Probably Lancier Twin Twister.
Lancier or Twin Twister. Okay.
But like I just wanted more back row hate honestly, or more like mid range hate, because there's actually a good amount of Eldritch players that day.
Yeah, there are, and there are maybe like yeah, I know they're all a lot of Eldritch players for sure. Okay,
Like there's a
okay,
lot more that you expect.
yeah, yeah. Agreed. Agreed. Um, okay. Do you want to maybe do like a basic some of the lines you were talking about? I'm sure a
Yes,
lot of
some
people would be
basic
interested
lines,
in that.
sure.
Yeah.
Um, so let's just go over like uh the deer plus fractal.
Okay. Yeah. This seems like a good line to go
So you
over.
do your simple line fractal effect,
Hmm.
pitch, Nerval, add kit. I like doing this line instead of kit dump Nervals just so you go through a less kits layer.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Your normal kit, you banish two for sorry, a fair jet,
Hmm.
and you literally just link them off into where is it? The Verte.
The question is, do you even bother using kit effect here or no?
Yeah, you do, because you
Okay.
need the fourth beast.
Okay. So you don't have the fourth beast. Okay.
Yes.
So.
Probably just dump a Fractal Karis here, and then you're gonna draw one, whatever.
Hmm.
Uh, the nice part about Farragut is you put back your bricks, like your Fusion Destiny bricks,
Right.
if
Yeah.
you do draw them.
Or the Dogmatika guy.
Pay 2,000,
Right.
pay 2,000, summon DPE,
Hmm.
and then you just go into Deer Servant, send Bearbrum, add your Maximus. Bearbrum effects gonna trigger to add your Revolt, and before this we had 3 blanks in hand, right?
Hmm.
So you choose one of these to put back.
Yeah. Do you usually
If
put back the Maximus, or do you like to like have it?
usually the rest of my hands like hand trap, so yes, I usually put back the Maximus.
Okay.
The only times I put back something else, it's like if I draw double Nibiru
Double
or double of
Nibiru.
a hand trap.
Okay.
So then, because then this is better for the
Right. It
follow
could
up.
be like follow up. Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
But yeah, so this is basically a basic end board. So
Hmm.
let's say we put this back.
Hmm. Yep. DP revolt makes
Yeah,
sense.
and with Revolt and DPE coming like as like bodies next turn, you can easily OTK your opponent.
Hmm. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Okay. Do you want to talk about like we can maybe go over your matchups real quick, as well. I think I sort of understand the basic idea of Nadir
Yeah,
Servant now.
yeah,
But yeah, you can talk about your matchups and how cards performed.
yeah.
Yeah, people are interested
Give
in
me
that a lot of
just
times.
give me a second. All right, matchup meta report. Let's see. Round one, I played versus Madolce.
Interesting.
Funny enough, yes, I lost against Madolce. Also, funny enough, like two of my other friends also lost to that same Madolce player.
That deck is not bad, for sure.
No, I lost game three because I bricked opening double Nibiru, the Deer Servant, Maximus Callby.
Oof, yeah, that's rough. That's rough.
So yeah, the one problem with the Dogmatika package is like, the Maximus is like the driver if you draw nothing to play with it.
Right, because you usually you try to put it back, like in the, for example,
Yeah.
in the main combo with the fair jet. But
Yes.
um, okay.
Uh, round two I played against Sword Soul.
Hmm.
Won the versus that. Round three was my other loss against Prank Kids. I lost in time
Ah, the
because Prank
classic.
Kids.
Yeah, the
Classic.
classic.
And then rounds four through seven I played Sword Soul.
Wow, that's a lot of Sword Soul. How many token collectors did you draw?
I resolved Token Collector twice that day only.
Twice. Okay, but still, that I'm sure
Oh,
that helps a lot.
one time I went Nibiru Resolution Token Collector to clear the token so they don't have any
Yeah,
10 effects
that's
active.
true. That's good.
And then round eight I played against my friend Mark, unfortunately knocking him out of top 16.
Darn, darn.
And then for my top 16 matchup, I play against Sorzel again against my friend and knocked him out of top 16. Unfortunately, I just knocked all my friends out of top 16. I hate it.
That does suck.
And
Okay.
then top eight, I play against PK and I lost in time because I Verite effect.
Ah, the classic.
So it was like 4 minutes left in time. My idea was I just go second and try to beat him.
Uh huh.
And so he goes draw for turn, or he goes open hand, Fusion Destiny off the top, and I just ash it.
Uh huh.
The problem was he set 3 back row, and like I didn't want to just lose to like just him going double Fogblade on me.
Uh huh.
So I tried to base stuff out with the Verte because I hard open Fusion Destiny,
Hmm.
but his last card in hand was a Graph, and he has set Droplet, so he chump blocked me like 3 times, and I couldn't get damages.
Darn, darn.
But he was top decking. I had DPE and an imperm set.
Hmm.
Like realistically, there's no card that stalls long enough for me like for just go back to my turn. He top decked Fusion Destiny again.
Yeah, that's gonna make
so
the game super hard to win.
so like I was gonna win if it was any other card, but the Fusion Destiny stalls the 1 minute long enough.
Yeah, because there's like too much like interaction, grabbing the
Yeah,
deck, sending the
because now
targets.
he actually has to look through the deck, summon the
Yeah,
DP. He has attack and all that. We had like I had 30 seconds left. Like if it was like normal some Torguide imperf, he just passes. I just go for game. But like
right, right,
it was unfortunate.
right. Oh, that's too bad. Hey, but got the cool mat, got the cool tournament.
Yeah, cool
This is a
Matt.
really cool deck profile, Colby. Any shout
Yeah,
outs you want to give?
yeah. Shout outs to First Class Gaming for hosting all this. Pack and Nim Nim all that. Shout out to the Chica Boys for supporting all that. Shout out to Javi for being my ride. Shout out to Kyle for glad to see him again.
Yep, yep. Yeah, we're gonna do a
And
deck profile with him later as well, so should be
yep,
fun.
yep. Excited. He got top four.
Yeah,
He's the
yeah,
only bird player.
yeah. All right.
Um, yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, well, thank you very much for the deck profile, Colby. I think this is a really interesting one. I think a lot of people are going to be maybe trying this out because it's super interesting. Yeah, that's all I have. Everybody, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next one.